the truth of the Bible is open to non-believers. In fact, the Bible itself says that it's open to non-believers, and the Bible itself says that reality has God's signature written all over it. I'm thinking of those famous passages in Romans 1 and Romans 2 that the Gentiles have, as it were, inscribed, etched on their heart, that moral impulse that is somehow a disclosure of the divine, a kind of an inner revelation. So even outside the Bible, even within the Bible, there is a warrant for exploring truth in a way that the Bible, as it were, underwrites, but that nature itself discloses. The medieval tradition has this wonderful idea. I think it's Alain de Lille. Alain of Lille talks about it's a great tradition of the two books, the Liber Naturae, the Naturae, the book of nature, and then the book of Revelation. And the idea is that within a creationist framework, that is to say, within an understanding of reality, as ordained by God, as created by God, as dependent upon God for every moment of its existence, that is also legible. It is also, the truth can be discerned through natural means, but it's crystallized, it's underwritten, as it were, it's consummated, it's finalized and fulfilled in positive revelation through not a book, but a book about Jesus Christ. So the word is not the word. The Logos is not the text of the New Testament. That is an Islamic doctrine. Within Islam, Muhammad is the vehicle, the Quran is the word. Within Christianity, the New Testament is the vehicle, Jesus is the word. And so that idea of the Logos, as it were, flowing over the positive revelation, exceeding positive revelation, is very important, and it's mandated. That wonderful passage, that wonderful moment at the end of John, which says, in a way, it kind of confirms the first few verses of John. It says, Jesus did this, Jesus did many other things, and indeed, if all of the things that he did were written down, it would be impossible for the world to contain a complete revelation of all that he did and all that he taught. It's a strange moment there, as you come to the end of the book. But there is a sense within John in particular that the divine revelation can't really be contained within Scripture. It's something that's always sort of bubbling over. It's always sort of superabundant. And so it's important to sort of work with these two traditions. But I found in recent years the appetite that young people have for Scripture, the narratives of Scripture, for the ways in which moments in Scripture can bring a kind of psychological consolation or moments of insight. It's quite extraordinary, this phenomenon. You see it in Jordan Peterson, obviously, this effectively a secular clinical psychologist renting a lecture hall and talking about Genesis for 50 hours or something. And tens of millions of people are absorbing it. And it's a very strange phenomenon. Or you look at the work that Bishop Barron is doing in America, or Father Schmitz, Mike Schmitz in the States, or Nicky Gumbel in the UK. His Bible in a Year program has got millions and millions of people signed up to it. A lot of them will be Christians, but a lot of them won't be. A lot of them are coming to it for the first time, and they're finding an enormous power in the wisdom of Scripture, in the truths of Scripture, and not simply as a self-help manual, but as something that can be authentically transformative and that can stitch you into a community.